Hey guys, looks like we're live on Crypto Mischief YouTube and Crypto Mischief X. Welcome to the channel. We're going to go live today to talk about passive income plays all across all chains, essentially. We're going to talk about Sui. We're going to talk about Binance Smart Chain. We're going to talk about Solana. We're going to talk about Sonic. We are going to talk about, pretty much everywhere that I'm in and go through different places. We're going to start with Sui and go through all the places which I think are great for passive income these days. Pretty good day overall. Bitcoin's up. Looks like the market's kind of calming down a bit, and we're getting ready for the next leg up for, our journey into hopefully $150,000 Bitcoin would be my kind of aim for what we want to get to. $10,000 ETH and all of our altcoins firing off in all cylinders. I'm just putting through some posts here. If you're on X, then you can see all the links for the projects I'm going to be talking about today in the comments underneath the video. If you're on YouTube, you can find those as well in the description box of the video. And you can also in comments as well. Want to find out anything about these. Before we get going, I'd like to talk about risk. So, of course, cryptocurrency can be extremely risky. The fact about it is that we know we get winners, we get losers on this channel. Not everyone can win. Some of them don't work out. We do have a loser to talk about today, which we'll be going on about shortly after we look at the market. Don't risk anything more than you can afford to lose, always in cryptocurrency, especially in DeFi, and expect that not every project is going to work out, because that's basically how we roll. We roll the punches. That's why we diversify across our portfolio. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a guy in a room who likes crypto. There are some links for affiliate rewards, which do come to me on this channel, but generally I send them down to our NFT collection holders who are not yet ROI'd from the SEC club. And that's pretty much it. We have, quick comment coming up already up here. Let me just check that. Was thinking about getting into blue, but price is going crazy. Yeah, I mean, we got into that. I mean, if you were in the Telegram chat, then you would have seen that you had the opportunity to get into that the second it launched, because it was done live on stream by Aaron. But either wait for a pullback, or see if it's going to continue to build such huge momentum. That's my advice on blue. We're going to be talking about blue today because the chart is looking fantastic as well. Aaron's here. Let's go blue. Maybe we can start with blue then. After we look at the market, we'll have a look at blue first. I was going to start in Sui, but we get 2 blue comments. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Okay, so market sentiment. Where are we at the moment? Right. So Bitcoin, 118,000. The price did pull back. My first sell that I had planned for Bitcoin was 125,000. We didn't get there. We almost did. I was preparing to sell. We got to 122, I think, or 122,000. So my first sell is going to be 125. Not going to sell a lot, but I'm going to be de-risking. These are Bitcoins that I bought even in 2019. And some of them I bought again in 2022 when it went down to that. I think it was like, what did Bitcoin, the low in 2022, that was a great day. 16,000 it went down to in 2022. So these would be from about 16,000 Bitcoin, and back in 2019, about 8,000, $5,000 Bitcoin that I'm preparing to offload to then change my life, essentially. So I can't wait for that. Going to have sales at 125,000 Bitcoin. Then we will have further sales at 150. And then my estimation for market top about 175. And the rest of it, I'll just hold it for the next cycle and buy back in when it dumps down to probably around about 60,000 in the bear market, is what my plan is there. If we come and check one more coin, we want to check out what's going on, of course, with Ethereum. Then Ethereum is still underperforming extremely badly, right, compared to the potential that it should have. I actually have more Ethereum than I do have Bitcoin, fortunately. So last cycle, Ethereum almost hit 5K. Now, my expectation was that as Bitcoin got to all-time highs, it was going to also hit all-time highs. That never happened. It still hasn't happened in this cycle. So people could say that ETH is undervalued at the moment, but we could also say that it's underperforming. And usually when we see assets underperforming, you should rotate into ones which you think are going to perform better, right? But we are now coming back to this third or fifth probably attempt at the 4,000 line. If we can break through 4,000, then I think a $10,000 ETH is on the cards, and that would be where I would sell. If we don't hit 10K, I won't sell it. I will essentially keep it in my passive income plays and wait for the next bull market, which is a very patient way to play. That's for 4 or 5 years, but there's no point selling this asset for so cheap. Anything else going on today? So if we just come to CoinGecko, let's check out what's trending. Pump Fund's trending. I'm not in that. XRP is trending. I've got XRP. I'm an old man now. I need XRP. Athena, Black Hole, I didn't enter that. I'm too busy on Sui, so I wasn't really paying attention to Black Hole and Super and all that. Dogecoin up, and NFTs are doing their things. Okay, so it's another day in crypto. It's a Sunday here, Sunday afternoon, Saturday evening for other people. Let me know where you are, what time it is, and what you're bullish on, right? That's the one. Wasn't on the live. Nah. Got to get on Aaron's lives. I mean, that's what is great about the launch of a lot of his projects, are that there's no there's no early entry people who have an edge. You know, for example, with the launch of Blue, I knew it was launching. I saw the platform before it launched. I even used the testnet before it launched. But did I get an edge? No, I bought in the same time as everyone else after liquidity was added, and the liquidity was added live on stream, and people were prepared to join, told to get BNB and get ready for something, right? So I like when projects launch in a fair way, and it was the fairest launch possible. Based, nice. Congrats. Yeah, patience plays. The power of HODL, right? HODL the coins that you think are going to do well. Don't risk everything, right? It's very important. So talking about risk, before we talk about Blue, then let's come and check out what's happening here. This is Yogo app. Now, I've done 2 videos on Yogo. It is a trading bot on Telegram. This morning, they put out an announcement that the police had come to their house. The police had come in Russia or somewhere, Belarus or something. The police had come to their house, and the police said, you can't do this anymore. So they took down their Telegram bot. They deleted the bot. They deleted the website. They then told people to move into another Telegram group, which is a scam group. And for all intents and purposes, they're gone. They've Houdini'd. They've rugged, right? They're gone. Unfortunately, this one did not work out. It was in high risk, and that's what can happen with high risk plays. They have the option. Well, they don't have the option. We invest with the knowledgeable risk that this might not work out, which is annoying because for all intents and purposes, it looked like that was doing quite well, and payments was coming out. I withdrew live, but yeah, it's a big loss, and that's what happens with crypto sometimes. So Yogo is dead. Anyone who thinks maybe, because from their announcement they said that they're going to try and move to a new server and make it a website instead of a Telegram bot, and they'll be back very soon. I would really not expect that to happen, to be honest. I think it's done. They're gone. Right. So let's get on to start with Binance Smart Chain then. And let's move over to look at what's going on with Blue. So Blue launched a couple days ago now, 18th. So that's 2 days ago. It launched, and we are continuing to just climb and climb. It just keeps going. It started at $5. Price now for Blue is $28. And Blue is up 33% on the day. Fantastic. And it is a passive income play. That's what we're talking about today. Pretty much everything I'm talking about today is passive income, right? How to make money passively. So this is true passive income because you have very little to do with Blue. And I like it because there's not any lockup as well on your funds. So you can essentially profit take whenever you choose or buy in whenever you choose. There's no tax. There's no lock, right? So how does it work? It is on the Binance Smart Chain. If you come to the link in the description, BlueBNB.xyz, you'll be brought here to the main page, and you'll be met with this giant number, 50,000% APY. My other video is saying APR, just out of habit, I guess. The difference between APR and APY, if you're interested, is essentially APY is a compounded appreciation. So that would be if you are continually to compound on your asset, you then reach APY. APR would be uncompounded, is usually how I simplify these things. So this would be you're staking your Blue and you're continuing to build interest upon interest is APY. So you get 50,000% APY by staking your Blue token, no lockup and no timer on this and no tax. So fantastic, right? Simple. Every 4 hours, it gives you extra tokens, roughly 0.2% of your balance extra in Blue every 4 hours. So that's called a rebase, which is 0.286 every 4 hours on your balance. And it's extremely simple to do. What you want to do, if you choose to buy the coin, which is pumping, but you could either wait for a dip or expect that maybe this will continue to go up. Currently, the market cap is growing. I think it's higher than this even. Let's load it up. Load up and see. Yeah, $2.8 million market cap. Liquidity of 1 million. So pretty high liquidity actually for this. And there is going to be a live chat in the Blue Telegram group soon, in about 12 hours, I think, where an announcement is going to be made concerning liquidity. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but it's pretty cool. It's called a Treasury. And it's because we know that Blue is also linked to Book of Binance, right? And the question is, how are they linked and how are they going to help each other? So that's going to be addressed in less than a day. So wait for that as well. Like, get in live, learn these things as they're happening, because then you can start to understand the protocol. It's actually been launched. This could be a much more complex protocol if chosen to be, because there is a lot that can be added to it, a lot unveiled for it, right? But it was a decision to launch this as simply as possible to begin with, so people can get their head around the basics of it before the more advanced features are rolled out. So what you can do with this is you can simply come to buy Blue, right? You buy the Blue, and then you just open PancakeSwap or copy the contract address, and then you go to PancakeSwap, click that. It's going to open up PancakeSwap, and then you can just buy it. You need BNB to buy, and then you just swap it into Blue, right? So, 0.1 BNB, boom, then you get some Blue token. Once that happens, you have it, and then you can come back to the Blue website, BlueBNB.xyz, come to stake, and stake your tokens. That's it. So take in the amount of Blue you want to put in, you stake it, and every epoch you get your APY, you get your rewards. So the next epoch is coming soon, actually, I believe. You can see in my portfolio, I have 141 tokens. I've been profit taking a bit, actually, because that's the best way to do these kind of platforms, I think. I'm trying to stabilize around about 150 Blue is my kind of target goal for this. And so therefore, I'm letting it roll up a bit. Every day I see a little bit more tokens. I try and take like 25% of the rewards, and I profit take that way. Because as the chart's going up, of course, I want to get a moon bag. That's my aim for this project. I want to have a bag of Blue, which is completely ROI'd from the high APRs, and then I can be a holder and just continue to promote the project and get more people on board, knowing that early people are already in a great position and profiting, but not dumping, right? Because we don't want dumpers. We want long-term holders who want more people to be attracted to this project. If we look at how the project's growing, it's kind of hard with this because we have holders here, right? A lot of the holders are going to be staking their entire bag into the platform, right? Which means that one of these contracts is the staking contract. I haven't looked it up yet. That means that a lot of these holders will be 100% in the staking contract. Therefore, would they still be counted as Blue token holders? No, they'd be counted as S Blue token holders. So people who are holding the token liquid are 153 people. But then if we wanted to see S Blue stakers, I think it would have to be a different lookup for this. But even under 500 or under 1,000, that is still early entry for a platform with such attractive APR and such a simple interface and way to use it, right? You buy it on PancakeSwap, no tax, you stake it in, and you're good. And then you start earning crazy APY, and you can then decide what you want to do with your earned tokens. Either continue to compound. For example, if you come into the calculator, where's the calculator again? I think it's in the dash. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So say there, I want to have 150 Blue, right? So if I have 150 Blue, that means 30 days of sitting there. Once I get my, my moon bag arranged and totally finalized, then I'm going to be 30 days and I'm going to have 250 Blue. It's crazy, right? You need to take into consideration the dollar price of Blue after 30 days, of course. But like, that is wild, right? Very, very fast token growth for Blue. So awesome stuff. We have Li Ping He. How you doing? Nice to see you on the stream. If you are here, let me know how you doing. We have Super World Events says, I dare not buy the top. Yeah, Buying the top is always a fine strategy that I've deployed multiple times. Buying the top, but possibly not the, I don't know, because you don't know how high this chart's going to go, right? We have no idea what the top's going to be. No one can predict the future. Of course, it keeps going up. There will be a dip. There's always a dip. But when will the dip be, and how low will the dip go? Will the dip go below $20, or will it go below $30? Will it be below $50? If you look at things like Time Wonderland, that hit well into the $1,000 token, and its launch price was very similar to what we have here. So there is historical precedence of these tokens going extremely high in value. So, it's risk, but you need to manage your risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, as I said before. Right. If you want other passive income plays and you're not sure about, you're new to this possibly, and you just want really simple plays, this is one I've been doing for a while. It works really well. So on PancakeSwap, you can provide liquidity. As we know, we're going to be talking about 3 liquidity projects next, actually. So on PancakeSwap will be you doing it manually. You are the owner of your own fate, essentially. You're deciding the crypto market. So I've noticed over time that BNB and XRP, the token, perform quite well together. They are moving up and moving down in quite nice unison. Recently, XRP has been outperforming BNB slightly, but generally, they are managing to keep quite close. They have very similar market caps. XRP 203 billion, and BNB 108 billion. The BNB at the moment is $740. Wow, it's gone up a lot, actually. And we can see it's into all-time high territory and doing very well. And then if we come and we see what's going on with XRP as well, it's also, they're both doing quite well now. And it's also getting into all-time high territory, right? So both these assets are performing very similarly. And they have quite high trading volume because of the fact that they're popular tokens. And Binance Smart Chain is a great place to buy BNB, of course, and also to buy XRP. So what I've been doing for a few months now is, if you come to farm liquidity, you can set up a V3 pool with these 2 assets, and they are performing extremely well. So if I come here, they have their new Infinity CLAMM LP, which I haven't looked into yet, but it's quite interesting. But say here, I put about 5K in here, and now it's sitting about almost $10,000. So it's almost doubled in value while I've had it in liquidity. And the APR ranges between 30% APR all the way up to 300% APR, 1% daily almost, by just holding these funds. And I just get claimable fees here in dollars in XRP and BNB. Then I choose either to spend the BNB on different coins that I like, and I pocket the XRP, or sometimes it just compound back into the pair. And it's a nice manual way of earning pretty good passive income. Some days I can come here and have a couple $100 actually. So it's quite powerful. And you can see my range here. I've gone quite tight. It's a 10% to 10% range. So at the moment we're 217 XRP per BNB, and my max price would be 234. My minimum price 189. So the range isn't super tight, and it's still performing very well. This is their new, because I unpaired and repaired this actually, because they released this new Infinity CLAMM. And I haven't really noticed much increase in the APR yet, but let's see over time how it performs. And I believe I could also put this, I used to be able to get cake rewards for this, but the cake rewards were pretty small. So this may be a manual way. If this goes out of range in any way, it'll either be swapped into completely BNB coin or completely XRP. I'll then need to sell one of the assets down to then repair. Kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't do so much manual LP farming at the moment because I'm quite busy. So therefore, I do use 2 products on the Binance Smart Chain, which, one of them's on base chain actually. So we'll go first to the Binance Smart Chain one. This is Paca, right? So Paca is doing essentially what I'm doing there manually, but they're doing it for me. This has been running for almost 2 years, and it's a yield management protocol. Essentially, you can see here I have $2,800, which pays me 10% a day. We have fixed rate daily payments, 0.33%, 0.4%, depending on the promotion they're offering at the time. And I earn here. So here I have $9. If it gets up to $20, I can compound it. If it gets up to $25, I can claim it. At the end of my stake period, I can then get back 100% of my funds. Yeah. So here we have day 11. This is already finished. It's run, all the stakes run for 250 days. So if I come here to claim, let's see if we can do this. We go 11. It should bring up my stake. It wasn't working earlier, so I'm not sure. And then it should then give you the option to, yeah, stake 11, stake 11. Always live. Nothing works live, right? Of course, never live. Never live. Okay, so they might have an issue at the moment. Let's see if I try this. No. Because what I'm doing at the moment is full compound. They've proven that they are capable of managing very difficult liquidity moments. They've managed to go up and down with the market and continue to pay out everyone without any issue, apart from when CETUS went down, but they came back with a vengeance, doing very well. There is $18 million in this protocol, right? So they're doing massive amounts of liquidity management at this point. And for me, going really well. Now, of course, like I said, crypto's high risk. That's why we're diversifying across many different ones. So here I have this wallet with Paca Finance. And if we come over to base chain, we're going to check out another one. This is called DEX Finance, and we have DEX Finance bonds. So this is advertised as the easy button yield farming. So we're doing exactly what we're doing on PancakeSwap there, but with a twist. Again, I don't need to do anything. All I need to do is buy bonds with base chain ETH, right? They are fluctuating in price, right? Because the price of the bonds depends on the value of the current fund for this, right? The current fund is completely transparent. These are all of the buys that have come in for DEX Finance's bonds and their NFTs. All those funds are then put into this wallet, and then they are separated across different yield farm pools, which are DEX Finance's vaults. So they use their own technology and put it on top of different DEXs, right? So you can see here they have 1.7 million on base chain in all of these crazy pools. This one, Rapteeth, SPX, and Aero with $95,000. So SPX is kind of going very well. It's one of, I think it's Murad, the meme coin guru, his top holding of meme coins. And that they're heavy in this is quite bullish, right? KTA, another one that has been quite hotly tipped. They're holding $85,000 of this. So as these go up and down, of course, in value, the fund of the DEX Vault bonds will go up and down. But at the same time, all of these are earning fees, trading fees, like I was earning with XRP and BNB. What they do is they compound about 30% of them, and then the other percentage is then used to pay you out. So if I come back to DexFi.com, link in the description for all projects today, this one, you can see I've now bought up 33 bonds, market value of $8,200. I'm getting an APR that ranges between 70% to 100%. And this pays me out in USDC. So I can claim the USDC at any time, right? And that will just be sent into my wallet. And then I can either decide to just take the USDC, take it home, right? Put it in the bank, or sell it into ETH, right? Which is something I like to do because I'm compounding on compounding essentially, right? So I sell the 15 USDC into ETH, and then I stack that up to then buy another bond, essentially. So they're compounding the bond fund. I'm compounding my bonds, supercharging it, getting ready for this huge bull run, which is hopefully happening. No financial advice there. Yeah, so there I just swapped it on Airdrop, the USDC into ETH. Sorry, wasn't showing that. Check, I still have audio. It says I've lost connection to my audio, but it looks good. We look good. Audio check. Everyone can still hear me? Let me know. Let me know, chat, if you can still hear me. So with the bonds, the last thing that's really important with these is when do you want to exit, right? So like I said, with PancakeSwap, I can exit at any time with this by just going to remove, and then I pull everything out. It goes into my wallet, right? With Paca Finance, I need to wait for the lock period of 250 days to end, and then I get 100% of my USDT back. You enter into this with USDT, by the way. With DEX bonds, you can exit at any time, but there's a 10% tax, right, on your exit. So here I have 33 bonds, right? So if I wanted to buy one bond, it would be at the moment $251, 0.06 ETH, right? Then if I wanted to sell my bonds, I could redeem them. So these are all my bonds here. I've got a lot of these bonds, right? So if I ever want to exit, because maybe ETH has gone up massively, the bond price might have gone up massively as well, because these fluctuate with the ETH price, right? And then, you know, and I've made enough USDC and everything's going really well. And I'm like, okay, I'm really happy with how it's gone, but now it's time to exit. Then I need to understand that there's a 10% tax first, right? So don't exit until you have made 10% of your purchase value in USDC, right? Which at 70% APR is not that long a time, right? It's, let's say, a month and a bit. I'm going to napkin maths that, right? When you want to exit, you come to redeem, and you can redeem your bonds at any time for 90% of the NFT's value. Select one or multiple NFTs at a time. Requests are processed within 48 hours. So at the moment, the request is 48 hours. They are working on making a instant redeemable function that's coming. They're going to basically make a redeemable fund. Then when you press redeem, you get your money instantly. But for now, there's a process. They do it manually. Dex Finance have been running, by the way, for, God, 2-3 years. In terms of them paying back the redeem value, I trust them very, very much so. They did have a exploit about 4 or 5 months ago, and they are paying back every single penny that was lost by users using their bond system. And they did go and get another audit on top of the 2 audits they already had to triple check every single part of their protocol before they relaunched it again. So that's the kind of responsible action I like to see from developers. So Jake, Dex CEO, really is nailing it with this. You can come to, if you were in DeXFi beforehand and you did get affected by the vulnerability, go to their site and then go to ES/USDeX. And here is my position, which was affected by the vulnerability. And every week I'm getting USDC sent, which is essentially paying me back through their new protocol mechanics. So I love the way that it's going, actually. It's a great way. 1.8 million in the vault so far. 7,400 bonds are minted. So let's see how this one goes. For me, redeeming, I'm not interested in redeeming at all. I just want this to continue to go and go and go. I want 50 bonds, then I want 100 bonds. Max bond is like 250 you can have per wallet, which would be great passive income. Usually, I think I'm getting like $20 a day with this one at the moment. So going really well. Last one on Binance Smart Chain we'll talk about would be the Goose. The goose is loose about this hoose. So the Goose is the diamond eggs. We did a video on this. So this is a node style project. So different one for passive income. This one is buy now, get paid later. Essentially, you're paying for diamond egg goose eggs. These goose eggs then will give you a double airdrop, one of Cycle, which is an upcoming blockchain bridge token. Cycle are aiming to make it so that you don't need to bridge crypto anymore. You can essentially use Cycle and work seamlessly across all blockchains without ever needing to use a bridge again, is what they're going to do. So you're going to get 6,000 Cycle tokens, and you're going to get Goose token as well, airdrop to you as well. So it's a double airdrop. The Cycle token will come first. In August is when they're going to be giving the Cycle token, and then Goose is planned for Q3 of this year. They are going up in price as more have been sold. I believe 2,000 plus of these have been sold so far. It's 380 USDT on the Binance Smart Chain for these. So I think if I can find where's my egg? I got an egg. Of course I got an egg. You know, diversified. That's what I like to do. I like to go across and just check my NFTs. I got an egg? Didn't even check, actually. Confirm, sign. So I would say the one thing about the Goose is that it doesn't look that amazingly professional, right? The website, but the technology for Cycle is top tier. So this kind of there's this weird disparity between the visual design they chose for Goose and the professional aspect of Cycle, which is something that if I would have given them some advice, I wouldn't have made it so cartoony, but it's their choice. They do a lot of work on TikTok with Goose. They have a lot of users, millions and millions of users on TikTok, and they do have other ways to earn with the Goose protocol, which is so. If I explain how their technology works, right? It's not a meme coin. It looks like a meme coin, but it's not. So if you come to Goose Farm, right? We'll go pro mode, right? Goose Earn. What you do here is you take USDT. You put it into their protocol. It gives you 41% APY. from a TVL of $12 million. And what they're doing here is they are earning bridge fees across cycle, and then taking the fees that they're earning from bridging and then paying it back to people. So it's real yield. There's no essential Ponzi-nomics of this. They're essentially just paying you from fees which are made from Cycle Network's success, is how it works. So the APY will go up and down depending on how many people are bridging back and forth using this. You can deposit, and I believe you can redeem straight away. So you can go in and out as much as you like with this one. It's quite interesting. I haven't used it yet. I just got the egg because I like kind of those kind of things. All right, so that's pretty much Binance Smart Chain covered. Definitely for now, the most exciting project is Blue because it keeps going up. $28, man. Wild. We have Quantumly Immortal in here. The GOAT Live. This stuff should have a paywall. Nah, I don't need a paywall. We're happy. We're on X and we're on YouTube at the moment. So that's good. And Kick. We're on Kick as well, if anyone's kicking around on Kick. This is a solid strategy and insight. Just don't forget some Suitrump before the audit contest finishes. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Suitrump now because we're moving over to the Sui chain. Binance Smart Chain is done. If I missed anything on Binance Smart Chain that you think is a great project, then please let me know, and I will make sure to try and cover that in the next video. But let's go over to Sui because we've got a lot to talk about in Sui, actually. So first thing I want to talk about in Sui, of course, is Suitrump. Suitrump is doing quite nicely, and we're continuing to grow in users, grow in bullish kind of momentum, and grow because our new utility is getting closer and closer to launch. Got some updates on that I want to get into as well for you about the Suitrump utility called SuiDeX. Let's first talk about Suitrump, though. It's a meme coin. It exists on the Sui chain. You can buy it and sell it with no tax, and you can essentially enjoy the great community that we're building with Suitrump. In terms of chart action, let me bring up the Suitrump chart. Gonna deck screener. Or we could go to CoinGecko. Lots of places to find Suitrump chart. Let's go to CoinGecko. Okay. So Suitrump, max all time. We're almost at our, we're above our listing price on CoinGecko back in January. That's nice to see. Sitting at 440,000 market cap. We have essentially been 400,000 market cap. We went down to around about, what's that, $200,000 market cap. Highest in the last 6 months is 600,000. So now we're just kind of working on getting back to 600,000, then $1 million market cap, then 5 million is the Suitrump market cap gain goals. In the month, we're up 28% on the month. So going very well. The things with Suitrump, which I enjoy, are that we have a lot of giveaways and kind of community incentive programs, which is what meme coins should all be about, right? Always be about trying to get people as interested in the coin and the community as possible. So currently we do have two things running. We have the Suitrump raffle, which is running right now. The way the raffle works is you can buy Suitrump with any of these dexes: Cetus, Blue Move, Bluefin, Nexa, Aftermath, or Sui Rewards Me. You can buy with all of these. When you buy, you get tickets. You get tickets automatically allocated by our amazing buy bot, which I made. So the way the buy bot works is it's completely automatic. You don't have to do anything apart from buy Suitrump. So say you bought some Suitrump. We'll come to the X account and I'll explain how it works, right? So we've started the famous Suitrump raffle. Here's how it works. We have a prize pool of 30 Sui, which is available to win for one person when the raffle ends. The raffle will end in about 5 days now. That's $100, right? At today's Sui price. So how do you join it? To join the raffle, you just need tickets. To get tickets, all you need to do is buy Suitrump. Buying Suitrump gets you automatically allocated tickets by our raffle bot at a rate of 1 Suitrump token per 1 ticket. So we can buy Suitrump, for example, on Cetus. So we come over. Well, let's get to Cetus. Right. So say you want to buy 1 Suitrump token, which Suitrump's like a $10 billion market cap. So you're going to have to spend, quite a low amount to get 1. Here I can get 10, right? So if I spend under 1 penny, I would get 10 tickets. If we wanted to buy in for, against 10 Sui, $38, we get 861,000 Suitrump tokens. That would be 861,000 Suitrump tokens plus a little boost because I'm getting a bit more there for buying more tickets. Then I come and I buy it, right? what you're going to notice is when you go to the Telegram for the buybot's going to fire showing your purchase on SIAs, but then you can also go into the bot and you can, in the Telegram, right? So join the Suitrump Telegram, then you can find your tickets, and you can also check the leaderboard to see who else has a lot of tickets for it. You can also use our endorse function if you have Sui name service attached to your wallet, like I'm cryptomischief.sui, then you can buy, you can endorse people by putting #endorse, then you can send people 5,000 tickets for free to them and with a little message to try and support or build up like a endorsing lucky winning situation for everyone to get the 30 Sui, $100 worth. So that's how it works. You can find the whole docs for the raffle in the pinned tweet at Suitrump X account. And of course, you can find Suitrump's website linked in the description, where you can also join the Telegram by just coming here and click on Telegram right there. So that's how it works. So that's the first thing we're doing with Suitrump. We do this, quite often. I think this is like the 6th or 7th raffle we've done. Where does the Sui come from? The Sui comes from my pocket. I pay it myself. We don't sell Suitrump to pay the Sui for the raffle. We also have the Suitrump Ambassador Program, which we just finished the last raid. We're just waiting for Radar to fix a problem with the bot, because we tried to pay out the funds. The funds are in the wallet. It's about 5 million Suitrump to send, and I have enough Sui to send the transaction, but something got clogged. So they're working on that. We're going to wait for that payment to be sent out to all of our ambassadors. We have hundreds of ambassadors now in the ambassador Telegram. We work together to create Suitrump content, and then I pay out not just from the raid bot, but I also pay out personally from the Suitrump marketing wallet to people who I think are doing a great job with Suitrump. To give you an example of what's happening there, we're still working our way through it because I'm quite a busy guy. But here you can see, if I come here, yeah, these are all the people that I've given rewards to and yet to give rewards to for Suitrump continued work. So this is separate from the Radar reward. So it's actually double rewards coming to people who continue to work with Suitrump to get our name out there, stretch our engagement and our visuals across crypto. So it's a meme coin in that every sense. The whole idea is that we want everyone to win. We want community members to be rewarded, and we of course want to get a huge giant green candle on the chart, which is where SuiDeX comes in. So SuiDeX, we're launching very soon. We have 1 week left of the audit competition. Let's check it out. So SuiDeX is going to be a yield farm on Sui, where you're going to be able to provide not just Suitrump, but also other Sui coins to farm in our yield farm and earn our reward token, Victory. Victory is going to be a nice, badass, simple yield farm token where you can then use it to get extra APR, and we'll then be building more infrastructure and utility for Victory token as we get rolling out with SuiDeX. SuiDeX at the moment is being audited by a competition on Hack and Proof. Hack and Proof are the official auditor for Sui Network. We have a $10,000 prize for people who can find critical, high, medium, and low bugs inside of our fully transparent, fully open source code for the SuiDeX. Now, this contest has currently ended, but it doesn't, because we've got 1 more week. What's happened here? So we actually got considerable reports. You can see here we've had 185 submissions, and over 60% of our code has now been reviewed by the hackers of Hack and Proof. So this is really great. What this means is that we've not just been audited by 1 or 2 people. We've been audited by 185 submissions by 36 individuals so far. What we asked Hack and Proof to do for us, which has never been done before, is we said, okay, can we look at all these reports first for like 2 days and then fix the problems and then relaunch the competition with our updated code base? And they reluctantly agreed. Crypto Michael, my partner for SuiDeX, was very persistent about this. I like that, but I'm too polite for these things, I guess. But yeah, he got it done. And so now we are relaunching this last week of the competition on Monday, which for me is tomorrow. And that will run until the scheduled end of the competition, which is the Monday after. And then after that, that's competition over. We reward all of the participants who have found critical and high, medium, or low bugs inside of SuiDeX. We patch the problems and we launch with full, complete kind of confidence that we've been really really checked out by so many different talented hackers across Hack'n'Proof. So definitely anyone who's looking to launch a project on Sui and you're not sure if you can trust the auditing company, then I think this crowdsource audit model from Hack'n'Proof is fantastic. It's brilliant. So once SuiDeX launches, we're going to be full bore into launch. A timer will be set on the webpage for when we're going to open, and we will get going with launch marketing. I have a book I've been making, the SuiDeX book, essentially, and this is going to be full of strategies for what you can do with your tokens in SuiDeX to earn. I put up a little, it was a small hint about how it's going to look. The idea is to simplify the whole process of yield farming for people, right? So if we come to, I think I put it up here. Where was it? Oh no, I put it in the Suitrump. I have too many X accounts now, man. Got Crypto Mischief, got Suitrump, got SuiDeX. Too many. Where was it? It's basically a visual, easy. So it's an easy to understand visual display of how to use the SuiDeX to earn passive income. So this would be using your Victory coin. What can you do with it? And it's creating passive income loops from strategizing how to use the SuiDeX system. So this one is using the farm and the Victory locker. Whereas we're also going to have ones for Suitrump LP pools, ones for Sui pools, one for single asset staking, different strategies for different risk tolerances, ones for people who want to have a more compound strategy, ones who want to have a more profit take strategy, and all aimed at being as healthy as possible for the ecosystem as we continue to grow it out, attract more liquidity, get more partners, launch more reward pools for more big and hot coins on Sui. So that's all that's coming. So we're in the last week of this audit for SuiDeX. Can't wait for everything to kick off. Really, I hate spinning my wheels, so I've just been kind of patient, waiting for the coders and the hackers to do their thing, because it's very important to be set up in that way. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about something new. This is moonbags.io. We have called DeFi. Good morning from Southern Europe. Yeah, I'm actually going to Scotland 1 week, no, in 6 days. I'll be in Scotland. Yeah, back in the UK. I'll be in the UK probably for about a month. So I'm really looking forward to that. You're going to see a change in the time I'm streaming, but I'll also be able to have conversations and live streams with people in different places in the world. Because I know for a lot of people, it's already midnight or past midnight for you. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we have this new coin to talk about. So this is on Moonbags. This is a fair launch platform similar to Move Pump or Pump.fun. It's called Moonbags. And this is where you can find new coins which are launching by different token creators. Of course, these are high risk because sometimes we don't know who the token creator is of the project. But if we look at this coin, Thickquidity, and you know anything about, maybe you've been watching some streams live, we can see here Thickquidity, or tree token, is the token that skipped leg day but still grew like a redwood, with roots deep in arboriculture, and branches heavy with liquidity. This meme coin is here to leave the competition behind. Plant a bag, sit back and watch it grow thick while your gains photosynthesize. So this is currently $25,000 market cap. It's not bonded yet, and you can buy this on Moonbags with Sui token. Who made it? Anyone know who made this coin? Actually, we had a live stream last Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, with Wise Degen on his X account. That's where actually we talk about Sui every week. And we brought on the crypto arborist to teach him how to basically use Sui, how to Sui. So we get him set up with a Sui NS. We talked about wallets, and we talked about NFTs. We talked about meme coins and DeFi, everything on Sui basically, and the more blue chips and the technology. He liked it and enjoyed it so much that he thought, once he saw Moonbags, he thought, well, he's always been talking about making this coin actually. So finally, the crypto arborist, as you can see, he's linked his website here. He is a crypto arborist, is an arborist. An arborist takes care of trees, right? ISA certified arborist and cryptocurrency enthusiast, right? So he has made this token. Here's his website, crypto arborist. He's made this token to be kind of like, I guess it would be known as like his fan token. And then he can start building out his idea of what he thinks a token should do and what a token should be. as he starts moving through the Sui ecosystem. So I bought into this because, one, I know already Peter, or the crypto arborist. I've known him for almost a year now. Very nice man, very trustworthy person with good morals. And that's important for me. Morals are important when we're investing in projects, especially when we know the person, and therefore we can kind of predict how their vision for the project will go ahead in the future. Now, I'm already, crypto's high risk. I can't guarantee that this will moon or make you money, but it is quite good to find people launching tokens who I know who they are, so then I can, basically help them get their token to a larger market cap, whatever their vision may be. I've talked to Peter a couple times about the possibility of being an arborist in crypto and how that would work, how people who are fans of nature and fans of environmental protection, or even just biology, could also enjoy crypto in a special, fun way. So I think that's probably where the direction is going to go with this coin. So let's see how it moves. Any kind of arborist coin, I think, would be perfectly paired with an NFT collection of different species and things. I think that's a great way to do it. Let's see what he does. So at the moment, you can buy this by just coming here. You say you have any Sui, you can just spend your Sui. 10 Sui at the moment will get you 1.5 million tree tokens. I have a bag. I'm staking my bag, because the great thing you can do on Moonbags is when you buy, you can then come down to this left-hand section here. You can come to manage, right? You can stake your tokens that you bought, so you can unstake, right? So here I have 50 million tokens, and I could unstake these if I wanted to, and then you could trade them. But at the moment, they're staked. Why are they staked? Because I can then earn Sui from the trading fees of this token. So here we have 1.6 Sui that's been earned in trading fees. I believe it's 25% of all trading fees on Thickquidity will be paid out to people who are staking Thickquidity token, right? As this gets larger trading volume, you can imagine it can grow to quite a lot. I've already claimed 8.25 Sui from this in less than 24 hours from simply staking my tokens in Moonbags and waiting. My buy-in for this was around about 50 Sui as well. So that means I've already ROI'd the token purchase by just providing liquidity to, or providing tokens, staking them, taking them out of the possibility that I'm going to sell them, and then earning on that, right? If I wanted to sell or trade, I could then just unstake. Once you stake, you need to have them in there for 1 hour. That's the only limitation. Moonbags also has the option to lock. You could, if you wanted to really show your commitment to the project, you could create a lock and then set your lock period for however long you want to lock them as well. I believe he's already locked some tokens as well, so that's good. What's my idea with this? So I was thinking about how many tokens I have. It's probably too many. So I'm going to have to decide how to lower because I think really you want to see token holders of about 2% max for people in the project. We don't want too many large bag token holders in a newly launched coin. So I'm not sure what I should do. I could lock them, or I could trade them down and allow other people to buy in, or I could just put them in here and just leave them for a while. I'll decide later, not sure. But at the moment, it is 74% bonded. So once it bonds, it will be on Dex Screener, and it will be an alive and working token, and the price will depend on the trading position. The moment on the bonding curve, that means that the more tokens that are bought up, the more expensive the token gets. That's why if you buy these cheaper and earlier in the process, then you can get them for a better price. This is key also because I put out an announcement when Thickquidity was launched. We put it first into our Telegram DAO, which is unlocked through the NFT holders, and they got the first dibs basically to find this token, and we were buying up around this stage, meaning they got a much cheaper price for their tree. So being in the Telegram DAO gets you access to things that I see in crypto as soon as they happen, so that you can get the edge, the leading edge, because that is a great edge, being able to buy in at 3 times less than it would be at the current price it is now. That's how these bonding curves work. So Thickquidity, let's see if we can bond it. That'd be great, actually. Maybe I can do a giveaway for some. I can give away some tokens as well. That'd be quite fun. Giveaway, tree giveaway, Thickquidity giveaway. Anyone want Thickquidity? Let me know. I'll send you some. Anyone want the Thickquidity token? Put your Sui NS in the chat, and I'll send you some Thickquidity token. Let's do it that way. That'd be fun. Good idea? Let me know, chat. Who wants to get thick? Who wants some tree? Let me know. Let me know if you want some tree. I'm ready. I've copied the address. First guy in the chat to say Thickquidity, then I'll send them. Mats. Is it mats.sui? Let's see. Let's see if I can send it. Mats.sui. Da-da-da. Yeah, we're getting thick. I'm seeing some guys now. Let's see. Can send directly to wallet. Thickquidity. Yeah, I found it. Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I need to unstake. 1 second. Let's send a milli. Okay, I got 1 million Thickquidity tokens. I'm gonna send to chat. Yeah, so see there, so I took out 1 million, which means I'm not going to be earning the SUI on those million, but leaving 50 million in the thing, right? So come here and send. You can't see my wallet, but I'm bringing up my wallet right now. Okay, so we have Mats. Yeah, Mats.sui. Let's see if this works. Select unverified coin. Okay. Yeah, we have 100,000 Mats.sui. Yeah, I found it. Okay. Mats has sent you 100,000 tree. I'll put the link in the description. You'll find the Thickquidity bonding curve, this site. Then you just need to come here and copy the contract address here, and that will then bring up. You can then paste that into your wallet, and then you'll see your tree token. Or just come to the link, and then you'll see it also in your balance here as well. We have Rich by Name. Let's send Rich by Name some tree token. I'm doing it. We're doing it. Rich by Name. Yeah, and on like another thing about like these tokens, like I was in the chat and they're saying, oh, this guy has too many tokens, this guy has too many tokens. But like, for example, for me, I bought this with my public wallet. The wallet that I used to buy these kind of tokens is Rich by Name, richbyname.sui. You got 100,000 tree. Wallet, so people can find it, cryptomischief.sui. And then like, you know, why would I be wanting to dump or, you know, try wreck a project that I've bought with my public wallet? Then people can watch this channel and then, you know how I'm behaving. So that's also important. I like, you know, to support these kind of projects with honesty and transparency, you know. We have Bernard.sui. I'm going to send to Bernard.sui. Send them some tree. Bernard.sui. Oh, yeah, we're sending 100,000 tokens to Bernard.sui. Interested to know how many arborists there are, you know, in crypto. Bernard sent to you. Mr. Furley wants some tree. Getting some tree to Mr. Furley.sui. Mr. Furley. Da, 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 da. We're at Mr. Epic. We're sending Thickquidity token to people who have SUI NS. I think I got everyone there. Rich Name, Mats, Furley, anyone else? You can get some trees if you have SUI NS. So if you use SUI, this is what's cool about SUI, right? Let me explain. So SUI NS is like other name services. So you have your SUI NS name. I have Crypto Mischief, which is my public account up here. I also have Suitrump Coin, which is our marketing wallet, which is important because for the large amount of Suitrump tokens that I do protect, right, then we need to be completely transparent with where they are and what's happening with them, right? So I put them at Suitrump Coin, which is where you can see, for example, when we have our raids, I move the Suitrump coin from the marketing wallet into the raid wallet to then reward our holders, right? or usually there's not many transactions that happen with that wallet because we protect the funds. These are for listing on centralized exchanges. These are for big movements with a Suitrump, like for example, when we launched SuiDeX, where we're using some of the Suitrump coin funds to supply initial liquidity of Suitrump on SuiDeX. That way we don't need to remove our CETAs position. We can just add another position, increasing our liquidity and becoming stronger, right? By having SUI-NFTs, then you can basically stamp your personality on chain and say, this is who I am. This is what I do on chain. A lot of people don't want to do it. So you can also have wallets that don't have public names on them, right? So if you want to do shady stuff online, then you don't need it. But for example, I bought Crypto Arborist. So he now has his one. So you can check. I bought that and sent it to him. If you want SUI-NFTs, you just come here, you search for your name. Like for example, if your name was Dr. Epic, and you can search, and yeah, no one has it. So then for $10, you can buy Dr. Epic, and then you link it to your name, your wallet, and then when you want people to send you anything, you can just write drepic.sui, and then they send it to you, right? You can also use the Suitrump buy bot to endorse, and when you buy Suitrump in our Telegram group, it will show that Dr. Epic bought Sui, not that some random wallet bought Sui. So it's ways of, you know, personalizing and showing off your performance or the way that you deal with crypto online, right? Show off your gains, show off your losses, all these kind of things with Sui-NFTs. So if anyone has a Sui-NFTs, then definitely put down your Sui-NFTs in the comments, and I'll send you over some tree, because we've got still 600,000 tree to give away. So let me know. So let's see if we can get tree bonded. I do know, maybe Furley can tell me, like, have they been in contact with Sui builders to start talking about it? We can find out actually. So Sui builders are a project on Sui which work to try and help out newly launched coins. There they are. So if they're talking about Thickquidity yet, maybe not yet. Okay, so definitely Peter should get in touch with. Oh wait, here we have. So this is a stream we did together, but they haven't talked about his token yet. But yeah, so Sui builders work to try and build and improve the newly launched coins on Sui, to give them an opportunity, give them a stage, give them places where they can get on X Spaces and talk and these kind of things. We have some new comments. Not yet. You haven't even joined the Telegram yet. Oh no. Are you admin though, Furley? Yeah. If you're admin on the Telegram, we know how happy that makes you. I think those guys in New York told me about that. No, I'm just messing. I'm messing with you. Right. Let's move on to something else, which is a nice Sui project that I want to talk about, which is this. Right. This is quantfindexalgo.org. This is a bot for trading. Now, we talked about Yogo and how they're rugged earlier, right? So this is completely different to that, because you have full control of your funds with this bot. You put in your own private key for your wallet, you can see here, and then you can use their trading bot to manage your positions. So what I've done here is I have a market making long position. I've got 14 orders. I have a take profit distance. I've set up my grids. I can choose to have different attitudes towards my trading, either being safe, yacht today. This is if we really want to, risk it for the biscuit. Market making long, short. There are a bunch of different ways that we can set presets for this to try and earn as much as possible. Experimental ones and new ones. You can set your presets. You can build your own strategy canvas. This is all made by the guys at Pumpkin. Pumpkin Token is a project which, let's check them out actually. So I believe they're on CoinGecko. It's launched as a token, and the whole idea of Pumpkin is that you are able to hold Pumpkin Token and use their technology. So by holding 2 million Pumpkin Token, they are basically letting you use their technology for free. So if you come to pumpkintoken.org, you can find out what's going on. So decentralized market making, institutional grade liquidity solutions, right? Across, right? So you can access their platform. You have to connect your wallet. So let me move to my Pumpkin wallet. For this, you need 2 million Pumpkin, but also I suggest buying the Pumpkin on a brand new wallet so that you don't give your private key to their website and then they basically have your key, right? So you need to put the key in to use it, which is the one risk. So therefore, just don't have any other funds in that wallet. Just load it up with some pumpkin and then USDC for joining the trading access platform. Then we can see which ones they have. So you can actually buy it on their website as well, which is pretty cool. They have QuantFin, which is the one I'm using. SuiSwarm, next generation decentralized market making infrastructure with advanced strategies. Never used this one, and I've never used this one. So they have a bunch of tech. What's happening then? So while I'm using QuantFin, this is just the UI. This is the dash. This is how you set it all up. It's actually working in Bluefin. So if I come to Bluefin, you can see that this is actually my bot working for me, right? Currently, I started this with $200. I'm sitting at $333 today, which is down. I almost hit $400, so I almost double my money with it. And it's trading automatically for me. You can see here it's got a position of 186 Sui at the moment, which is worth $700, and it is $53 down. But that's because Sui started dumping. I was holding it from here. So now I need to either close my position and eat the loss, or predict that Sui is going to go up in value again, and therefore all my long positions will be met and I'll get even more profit. So I'm just going to be patient with this. This is quite advanced. The best way I think to use this bot is to get into their Telegram and talk to them about it so that you can get a great setup tutorial for this. I've been using it for 2 months and still I wouldn't say I've mastered it, right? So it is, but it is pretty cool. Very cool tech. And talking more about Bluefin, another thing I want to talk about, which is Bitcoin finance on Sui, right? So this is another way to earn passive income, and we're going to check it out. I need to change my wallet to another wallet though. Let me. So Bitcoin finance on Sui, what does that mean? Why is it passive income? So there's a huge push at the moment to try and make Bitcoin move all the way over to Sui so that people can, boost the TVL. So if you come to Bluefin at the moment, Bluefin is another yield farm similar to PancakeSwap or Cetus, right? Well, it's a DEX with the yield possibilities, let's say. You can click here for Bitcoin finance and look at these positions here. These are very attractive. So you have Sui with Bitcoin, 200% APR, where you can set up your concentrated liquidity pools and just earn 200% APR by holding Sui and Bitcoin if you put a tight enough range. We have Wrap Bitcoin with USDC for 100% APR. And then we have all the other kinds of Bitcoin, Lombard Bitcoin, X Bitcoin with Bitcoin for 7% APR. This is interesting, right? Because what we have here essentially is 2 Bitcoins, right? They're the same price. They're not going to fluctuate that much. And you're getting 7% APR. Essentially, therefore, you're holding your Bitcoin as a stable asset just as one token, and you're earning APR on your Bitcoin. And you can do this with all 3 of these. L Bitcoin with Wrap Bitcoin, 10% APR. T Bitcoin with L Bitcoin for 35% APR. This is smart money, right? Just because a lot of people, I'm sure you're just holding BTC and waiting for it to hit your profit levels. Well, now you can hold it and earn it, essentially. That's what you can do with these. So that's amazing. This is a great way to use your HODL funds to earn income. Of course, what's the risk? If it's not Wrap Bitcoin, then any of these other Bitcoins have got to be backed by something. They're not actually Bitcoin. They're just at the same price as Bitcoin, if you get me. They're like liquid staking derivatives. So in market volatility, usually which will come in the bear market, some of these will predictably unpeg from Bitcoin's price, and then there'll be low liquidity moments. Therefore, you might have a trouble trading your Bitcoin back into real Bitcoin. That is the risk. Always, if you're going to be earning on your tokens in any kind of way, as opposed to just holding them, there's going to be risk. So that would be the only risk that I think they have. But for example, if we wanted to join one of these, I would naturally take the one with the highest APR, which is T Bitcoin and L Bitcoin. But both of these are not Wrap Bitcoin. I would go for one Wrap Bitcoin pool, to be honest. So, or you can go for Sui with Bitcoin, which is also a great pool. Sui's going to go up, Bitcoin's going to go up. Therefore, why not? You can win-win, double win here for 200%. So if I wanted to join this one, you would need Bitcoin and Sui, which I have, right? And choose your range. So do you think Bitcoin and Sui are going to perform similarly? Probably not, right? So I think that probably Sui will outperform Bitcoin for the rest of this cycle because it's a smaller market cap. So therefore, you want to fix it so that the Sui gets more upward range while you're still earning, as opposed to Bitcoin. As once you've set it in that way, you can then come and decide how much Sui you want to put in. So at the moment, $38 of Sui would then be $19 of BTC, depending on the range I've set up. If I go put it back this way, then it goes the other way, right? But for me, I'm just going to go 10% split, 10 either way. I don't need crazy APR on these because we're just I'm hodling it anyway. So if I'm just going to get a little bit more funds on this, that's great. Then we take, say, take 80 Sui, and then we'll take the same equivalent value of Bitcoin. That's $600 deposit, and we just add that into the pool. Now, what's going to happen is that these are going to be earning fees in Sui. They're earning fees in Wrap Bitcoin. But that's not all, because these are incentivized pools. Going to get an APR of 267% for this, by the way. If I come here and I check out my position, we'll see positions here, 19x leverage, 661 liquidity in range, right? And then we're getting Sui, we're getting Wrap Bitcoin, and I'm getting deep as an extra reward for this. And this will just continue to make rewards. I can then come here every day and claim out my rewards from my position, compound it back into my position here. So this is a great way to use BTC-Fi. You could do the same thing with the Bitcoin pool if you did want that, but I like to have Sui with Bitcoin because therefore I can I think Sui is going to outperform Bitcoin, but the APR is very attractive. I'm happy to own lots of Sui. I'm happy to own lots of Bitcoin. So it doesn't bother me which one I get, right? For this, I like the APR on it. The APR is juicy. Moving on, other projects on Sui. Let's come to Potato Land. Potato Land is fun, right? This is Tradeport where you can buy and sell NFTs. And what I was looking for, I'm trying to find a crystal Potato Land, which would be, for example, this. This says, see this crystal here? So it's a crystal inside of my Potato Land, but this is not my one. I want a crystal because I don't have one. And the moment, the floor price for a crystal Potato Land is 140 Sui. Damn it. It's expensive, right? Very expensive. I do have some land. These are my Potato Lands. I have gold, stone, water, wood, and iron, right? So I have them all, but I don't have crystal. What I've done is I've come to Pawtato.app, link in the description, and I first bought my land on Tradeport. So you go to Tradeport and you go to trade. You'll see that Potato Land is number one at the moment. They are the most successful NFT project on Sui right now. And you can see the floor price for any land at the moment is 19 Sui. So they're not cheap anymore. These are going up in value quite fast. So I'm very happy that I bought a bunch of these a couple of weeks ago when they weren't very expensive. And what they're doing at the moment is they're earning me resources. So I'm earning wood, stone, water, coal, iron, and gold. I can claim those resources. And then they're going to go into my wallet or my backpack. I like this bit. And therefore, if I click on this, I've got my water, my gold, my iron, and things. What's happening next is, so the first thing we did was buy the land. Then we had land management. We staked our land here. You can stake your land. You then come to resource production, where you're earning on your stake land. What's next? Pool management. This just keeps growing, keeps getting better. Crafting is coming soon. If you are in a hurry to increase your storage, you can mint a wheelbarrow at the store. What? Okay, a storage container that expands your resource capacity. Higher tiers provide great storage multipliers. So I can mint a wheelbarrow, and we don't know which one we're going to get. You can get common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, or mythic wheelbarrow. Brilliant. Okay. I'm in a hurry. I need a wheelbarrow. Of course I need a wheelbarrow. NFTs. Who doesn't need them? Okay, let's get wheelbarrow. So 3 Sui, it's like $10 to get wheelbarrow. I got a common one. Yes, common. Great. Stake now to do storage. Okay, choose my wheelbarrow. Apply wheelbarrow. Great. I love this game. They're rolling out step by step everything that you do in Potato Land, and eventually we're going to get for all this. Okay, so I've now staked my wheelbarrow. I can mint another one if I wanted to. I can wait. After tool management, we're going to have crafting is going to be when you can make different items with your resources. After crafting, we're going to have upgrade your crafting. Finally, merging after that is what's happening. So we're slowly getting towards a game running on Sui, essentially. Pawtato is also not just a game, it's a whole wallet management service. You can track every single coin you own on Sui with Pawtato app as well. If you come back to board, it's going to bring you to Pawtato app where it tracks everything, all your positions. For example, DeFi, I just put that in Bluefin here, $661 in Bluefin. It's tracking everything. Current market sentiment is in greed, right? Shows Potato Land news, shows market prices of different coins, shows my portfolio for this wallet, the Crypto Mischief one, and what's happening. All there, all doing stuff. There's a lot of toilet. Look at all that toilet. Yeah. Okay, next project. We're going to talk about this one briefly because we did do 2 videos on it this week. This is Swarm Network. This is going to be the biggest AI project on Sui, and it's still not had its token generation event. TGE is set up very soon, which is for the token which we're mining currently. These guys just put out an announcement with Walrus, and it's massive. So essentially now, Swarm are going to be storing all of their data on chain and all of their truth verification processes on chain with Walrus. What is Swarm then? Swarm is an AI truth protocol where you buy licenses. The licenses soon will enable you to be able to run your own AI swarms, which they will essentially be giving you the power to use these swarms, right? The swarms are plugged into every AI that you can imagine, ChatGPT and Grok and Claude and all of these ones, right? They're no code tools. You can code up the swarms without any code. They're all prompt based, right? Which is really cool as well. And by owning the licenses, you also earn the token. So here I'm mining the token, which has not yet reached the TGE. I have 637,000 tokens mined so far. I got another license and I have 5 licenses. These are $999 each. This one here, $999 each. And they are expensive, but I think they're going to perform really well once this launches its token. I think the token is going to come, I think in a month, maybe, I think about a month. I don't know. I'm not going to predict. Maybe 2 months. I don't care. They just keep building out bigger and bigger partnerships and getting ready for launching actual truth verification on chain. This is a beautiful project, and it's going to change crypto. It's going to change AI as well. So it's a big one. Big one. Let's check up on some prices. Price watch. Okay, we're going to check up on Blue. How's Blue doing? Blue is it's beaten. Oh my god, the chart's broken. Okay, we're up to $27 now. All-time high has been just knocked down a bit, but the charge on Blue continues to go up. Okay, how is Arbor's coin? Arbor's coin is doing good. We're up to 74% bonded, almost bonded on Tree. Anyone else want some Tree? Any swap thoughts on Liberty Swap Finance? Never heard of it. Sorry, don't know it. We'll need to chat about the best way to use Pulse Beats Miner Treasury on Sui. Yeah, I don't know how to Sui and Pulse Chain. It's hard because Sui is written in Sui Move and Pulse Chain's EVM. So naturally, these two code languages don't coexist in the same world, essentially. You can bridge from EVM to Sui, but you can't use EVM contracts on Sui. You couldn't even fork the miner contract from EVM onto Sui. You'd have to completely recode it with new safety parameters for it to work. But if there's ever a bridge from Sui to Pulse Chain, That's good, actually. That'd be great. But I don't know. I'm all about Sui at the moment. I love Sui. I'm a Sui boy, soy boy. That's pretty much it. The last one will be Walrus. I'm still staking Walrus. Passive income, again, on Walrus. So here I have like just under 2,000 tokens staked. And the reason I'm staking them is because apparently there's going to be an airdrop for staking Walrus. If I wanted to, I could unstake. But at the moment, I'm just staking the wall, providing security to their network. Walrus is Google Cloud on-chain. So whatever is on Walrus is there on the blockchain forever and ever, unlike Google, who change the history continuously and delete websites, delete data. You can't do that with Walrus. It's here forever. It's beautiful. You like potato? I love potatoes. I like potatoes. 2 different AMAs in the live section of the YouTube channel with Yannick Meissen. Yeah. I talked to the Swarm network, Yannick as well. Let's move over. We're pretty much through all passive income. We've done Binance Smart Chain, we've done Base Chain, we've done Sui Chain. Let's check out the last chain I'm talking about today, which is, oh no, we have two other chains actually. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. I talked about this earlier in the week. This is Drip Network simplified with stake stocks, fancy traditional stocks, and it's on Solana. StakeOS, 1% daily staking. This is high risk, high reward, Degen, fly by the seat of your pants, DeFi on Solana. What do? You buy the token StakeOS. You then stake the token into their staking contract. It's locked in there and burned. You then earn 1% daily on that for 365 days. You can choose to either compound your rewards or you can claim your rewards and sell your rewards. You can also onboard other people and get handsomely rewarded in more stake tokens, right? Now, that's the simplicity of it. It's like Drip Network, but no airdrop function. Like Drip Network, but it only runs for 365 days. After 365 days, there's no more tokens to be given out because they're all coming from a pool. There's not a vault that gets filled and emptied like Drip Network. There's just a burn. So the tokens burn and they're gone. They're not put in a vault. The way it works, you come to something like Radium. You buy the token. So here I have 206,000 tokens, which is $16. You then take the tokens. You come back to, wait, am I sharing this? Yeah, Radium. So you can buy on Radium, buy stake token with Solana. Then you come back to the UI and you deposit the tokens. So here would be 100,000 and you stake. Goes in here, then you can claim. So here I have 34,000 tokens. I can either claim them, compound them. Let's compound for the win. Always compound for the win. Early days. This has been launched for a week, not even a week. Brand new project on Solana. So Solana coins do have the tendency to either go absolutely parabolically crazy or dump into nothing. This one is doing something which is very different, where it's actually just sitting there being very well behaved. Very small market cap, only $77,000 market cap on this project. Liquidity of only $11,000. This means that buys and sells of this token are going to significantly affect the price, right? I think this reminds me very much of another project that was in last year, which did this, right? And this is why I joined the stock stake project. So this would be GNME. I don't know if you remember this one. This one was insane. This was a lot of fun. So unfortunately, it got bank tellered. What do I mean by it got bank tellered? Bank teller partnered with them, which was good because basically it was running like this. If we zoom in all the way in there, right? So we were in the project. Firstly, it was running like this. The token price was worth like $10,000. We were mining the GNME token. Everything was going quite well. And then bank teller partnered with them. And after bank teller partnered with them, it went up 5,000x, 6,000x. Unbelievable. It was insane, right? But then after bank teller partnered with them, this happened, and then it went back down. So this would be the bank teller partnership shape. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. But that's what happened. So I continue to mine this token, but it's never recovered back to its glory days. It's kind of sitting back there. But that's the potential of what can happen on Solana with a small market cap token of 10,000 to 20,000, and then suddenly, boom, and it grows into something absolutely unfathomably huge. So will this happen with the old stake token? Maybe. I mean, it's early days. It's only been launched for 5 days. So let's see. 70,000 market cap, it's a gamble. If you put $200 into 70,000 market cap and it goes to $5 million market cap, how many X's is that? It's quite a lot, right? So that's the gamble that I'm in with a stake. For me, I put in 1.2, 1.3 Solana. So far, I have 6.1 million tokens. We're seeing what happens. See how it goes. Now, something interesting about this project is that they claim that in the future, they are going to not just pay out stake token, they're also going to pay out tokenized stocks like Tesla or Amazon or McDonald's, right? So they're going to not just pay you stake token, they're going to pay you out in tokenized stocks as well in very soon in the future. To do that, you need to hold 3 million stake token liquid, and apparently then they're going to start some stock reflection program as well. So this is just the first step for their project. If they do get there, because I've got to be honest, I've heard it before, and then it didn't happen. So they said they were going to do something, and then they didn't. Shocking, I know, but that can happen in crypto. It's a great way to get people to invest in your project by saying something unbelievably amazing is going to happen. You're going to get Tesla. You're going to get McDonald's. You're going to get Amazon. You're going to get all the traditional stocks, and all you need to do is hold 3 million of my Degen Ponzi coin. Go on, do it. So I've heard it before, but let's see. Let's see if it works or not. I'm hoping it does because I'm invested and I'm locked. I can't take these 6 million tokens out, so we're going for it. I'm compounding. Let's see if the dev can dev. Hopefully the devs do something and we get going with this one. If it does a GNME, like I showed you from the bank teller chart before, like that's what you want, right? I mean, there's so many unbelievable opportunities to profit take on a chart like that. And that's also something important, right? If someone comes in and can offer the kind of firepower that can bring a chart that high, great stuff. People can, say it's awful at the same time. Yes, but it does mean that there were opportunities for everybody invested in that project to profit take as it was going up. Those who held and thought it was going to go higher, well, hopefully you don't make the same decision next time and you do profit take. Don't sell all, don't dump everything, because that's not the way that we want to be either. But there has to be some profit taking going on as the chart does that kind of move. Right, last thing we're going to talk about is Sonic Chain. Okay, we're on Sonic now. So we've moved over to Sonic Chain. We will first have a look at the... Oh, God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to look at Sonic. I'm scared. I'm scared to look at Sonic. Okay, so Sonic... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sonic is 38 cents. It's 60% down from its migration price from Phantom to Sonic. It is currently top 100 crypto. When it migrated, it was top 50 crypto. It's not gone well, is kind of what I want to explain about Sonic. If we come to DeFi Llama, I'm quite interested to see what kind of inflow of TVL we're getting on Sonic now, because I'm pretty sure it's, yeah. So when they launched, they saw a really astounding increase of TVL coming into Sonic, and then we didn't see so much. So actually the TVL of Sonic has been falling. One, because the Sonic price continued to crash, but also the stablecoin market cap is going down as well. People are moving stables off of Sonic. They're moving it into places such as Sui, right? If we come and check, what's going on in Sui, we're seeing it's matching its all-time high, and the stable coins, they're down 20% in the last 7 days over stable coins. That's interesting. How do we see longer? I wonder where are the stable coins going then? Are they going on to ETH? Where are they going? 1% into ETH. Okay. Are they going into base? Or are people just selling? Base is growing. Yeah. Yeah. They're going into base. Okay. Are they going into Tron? Basically, if you know where stable coins are going, you know where you're going to get fees and make money. No, they're not going into Tron. Are they going into Solana? No, they're not going. Where are they going? Where are these stable coins? They're going to Hyperliquid. Yeah, they're going to Hyperliquid. That's where they're going. Yeah, that's where they're going. All right. Well, they're definitely not going into Polygon. Look at that. That's Polygon. What a disaster. What a disaster. So anyway, so it hasn't gone to plan for Sui. They're not out, but they've been battered and bruised, and it's really not going so well for them. And I'm not in many projects on Sonic, but I do still hold my entire Sonic bag from the Phantom Bull Run in 2020. So I've got quite a lot of it. And I thought it'd get to $2. It got to 25 cents. It went the wrong way, essentially. So now we're sitting with a undervalued Sonic price. The one place I farm on is SwapX. So I'm still farming with SwapX, but the SwapX token has been affected, of course, by the performance of Sonic Chain. So we did see a great rally around the start of it, but then since Sonic token has been underperforming, SwapX token is also 84% down on its max chart, which is it's not a good chart. But SwapX does have, in my opinion, great tokenomics for a yield farm reward token. And I do think SwapX token price will rebound, right? Not financial advice, but I think it will rebound. So I still hold and earn with SwapX token. I'm still holding my Sonic funds inside of SwapX. We do have some good news for Sonic. They have the airdrop coming. So they are going to have their Sonic airdrop for gems and apparently loyalty maybe and activity points. I have a loyalty multiplier. Well, that's nice. I've been pretty loyal to them. I've moved some Sonic off, but not much. I move a lot of ETH out of Sonic now. I put it into base chain, into DEX Finance instead. But yeah, so there's lots of ways to earn with SwapX. Let's talk about it. So when you come to the earn section, you have the option to form liquidity in pools, and they either have automated or concentrated manual positions. I like the automated because it's pretty much the lazy boy option, right? It means they do all your ranges for you, and you just sit and earn the SwapX token. Then you can either lock the SwapX token and earn from it, or you can trade the SwapX token to earn from it, right? By having these different liquidity positions, I'm also earning gem token from my positions, which are getting the airdrop gem points. I'm earning VE SwapX token from my positions, which are earning VE SwapX token. And I'm also earning Sonic token as well from positions which earn Sonic token. So there are lots of extra additional benefits to farming on SwapX. I do say that, right? So just the fact that the liquidity is not coming into Sonic chain is the one thing I think holding back SwapX from becoming bigger and bigger, right? So you can see from the different icons on my different pools here, I'm earning different points. So USDC with Wrap Sonic is earning Sonic token and Gems token, and it's getting 12x boost. USDC and SwapX token is earning VE SwapX Sonic. Wrap Sonic with Stake Sonic is earning something else. Yield Sync V4 hooked, whatever. Now that's Yield Sync is a new protocol that's coming out. So lots of different things are happening, and then you earn your tokens here. Usually from all these positions, I'm earning roughly $50 to $80 a week at the moment from all these positions. Okay, so it's okay. The Sonic positions are not performing. Here I have Wrap Sonic OS Sonic, only 4% APR and a lowering Sonic price. Mega wrecked, but it's okay. I have Wrap Sonic, Stake Sonic, only 2% APR at the moment. So the APRs on Sonic pairs as well are not performing very well either. So that is concerning. Hopefully Sonic can turn it around. I'm not saying SwapX for this. This is Sonic need to turn it around. They need to really figure out how to attract large TVL into Sonic. They did release new AI news for Sonic Chain recently, which might bring in more. So for SwapX, I'm stoic. I'm keeping my liquidity in SwapX. I'm continuing to vote and lock up SwapX rewards so that I can continue to earn incentives from their voting structure and continue to earn passively from it. We'll see if it plays out. It will either work fantastically, all prices will recover, and we'll be in a great position coming into late summer, or it will continue to bleed, and the fulfillment of Sonic's potential will never happen. It's kind of depressing, isn't it? But let's see. I'm supporting, I'm holding, and I'm still talking about it because it's important. We don't just talk about things when the charts are going up. We also need to talk about them when the charts are going down, like Sonic is, right? Definitely. So full support, full send. Let's keep going, and hopefully Sonic devs can turn this around and make Sonic great again. I just wanted to fulfill its potential because Phantom was such a fun chain back in the last bull run, and I really thought that Sonic were going to bring back that kind of fun and excitement, but it hasn't happened yet. The primitive new yield opportunities that they said were going to come haven't arrived, and the hype has kind of died down. They do have their ongoing airdrop season. If you have been farming the Sonic airdrop, then what you want to do is wait for the announcement, which is coming anytime now, from the guys at Sonic, right? So if we come here to Sonic, you can check Sonic Labs or who you want to talk to, right? Or listen for, and that's where you're going to see the announcement about the airdrop. It's going to be somewhere here. Yes, Spark is their new app. AI on Sonic is what they've made. So hopefully, maybe that can bring in some more TVL, because we need more stable coins on Sonic. We need more funds being sent into Sonic chain for it to get more yield. More liquidity means more fees, and then it attracts more heavy investors, and it kind of snowballs in, right? It's the important thing. So let's see. You can earn 90% of your contract's gas fees. Yeah, so they do have incentives. It's just not enough. Not enough yet. They're kind of like the ugly girl in the beauty competition. Maybe I would describe Sonic right now. Yeah, but so their airdrop announcement where you can go to get your Sonic airdrop is going to be dropped here. Don't go to fake links. Go to the official Sonic Labs at Sonic Labs to get your airdrop. Okay, do we have any more people who want free tokens? We have free tokens coming. We have Thickquidity tokens. We still have some Thickquidity tokens. We have how many do I have left? Let's have a look. How's Thickquidity chart? Yeah, we have 600,000 Thickquidity to give away, only to live chat. Yeah, Sui Builders Wise Degen on the Elon Musk website Thursday 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, Elon Musk's going to be there. Get on that one, definitely. Let's let's bank teller partnership Sui. Yeah, that'd be great. Just for like a month, and then we can all sell. ETH is on fire. Picked up a bunch of the most recent 1750 a few months ago, around 3,600 now. Yeah, ETH is doing very well. Walrus cannot be hacked. Okay. Everything can be hacked, but okay. Ryan M. Yeah, so what we're doing is, if you have, Ryan M, how you doing? Good morning. Well, good afternoon. If you have a Sui NFTs, then send it into the live chat, and I'm going to send you some tree coin from Thickquidity. If you have, we're going to be live for 1 more minute, so get in the chat. Let me know if you want some Thickquidity tokens. This is a new launched coin. It's currently bonding on Moonbags, and it is going to hopefully bond today. 73% bonded, so we're waiting for the bond to happen. If you have Sui NFTs, I will give you 100,000 Thickquidity tokens. Yeah, 100,000. That is 0.6 Sui. That's like $4. $4. Free $4. But you only have 30 seconds left. Otherwise, I'm going to just take those tokens. I'm going to put them back into my stake. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got Piso. Piso J. Okay. Look at that. Pays to be online. Doesn't adjust. Let me copy this contract. Piso. I'm going to send you 100,000 Thickquidity tokens. Say it with me. Oh, that's swap. Send. P-I-S-O-J. Piso J. Dot Sui. Done. Sent to Piso. Iron Jaw. Ah, now they're coming. See. Yeah. So you can find these. We have Ironjaw. Let's get Ironjaw some Thickquidity. Thickquidity, not Thickquidity. Thickquidity. It's actually pronounced differently than I expected. Okay, Ironjaw, get 100,000. Ironjaw. That's pretty good that you got that SUI NS actually. It's a pretty rare one. Ironjaw. Sent 100,000. Nice. There's two guys. Timer's up. No one else. If no one else has SUI NS, then I can't send you the tokens, unfortunately. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna. So I'm gonna take those 400,000 tokens and I'm gonna lock them back up. Thanks, Richie. Yeah, see, the tokens are being sent. It's a real giveaway. It's real. You're welcome. Enjoy the tokens. Hopefully they go to $100 million, billion, trillion dollar market cap, and you can get Lambo with them. That would be the best thing. Let's stake those 400,000, and we're going to finish the stream. Okay, so I've been Crypto Mischief. Hope you enjoyed catching up with some passive income plays. We covered high risk, low risk, medium risk, all the risk went up and down. Hope we will have some great news coming in the next following week about the audit competition wrap up with hack and proof for SuiDeX and the launch date being announced for SuiDeX, plus the release of the SuiDeX journal or SuiDeX guide, which will have a lot of opportunity for you to learn about how to earn passive income with SuiDeX and from Suitrump and from other Sui-based coins. That will be coming out very soon. I've just been working on it. It's going tremendously. Been drawing all kinds of pictures in it of lady bits, but I don't draw. No, that's a Trump joke. I'm not drawing lady bits. Okay, peace. I've been Crypto Mischief. Be good to each other. And as always, don't get wrecked.